gents, ladies, and gents. You want second heat? You want second heat? Ladies and gents, welcome to High Spots Podcast, episode 8, I believe. Last time we were here, we had Tommy Omega on the show. There's a lot of people I have on the list to make it to the show in upcoming dates. But for now, we have a very, very special guest I will name later in the show, maybe around a 30, 25-minute mark or so. But for now, let's talk about the things that have been happening in the realm of ASW Philly lately. So let me get my notes up in here. Let me get my notes up in here. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, first off, we're going to talk about Ghost and his injury. I believe when he was training for this big monumental match, this historic match that was supposed to go down between himself and the group Supernatural. I believe he suffered a ACL injury that's going to keep him out from 4 to 6 months, meaning he will and he did miss Jackpot and will miss every single event up until his monumental and phenomenal return, whenever that may be. There's no notice or no date when his return will be. We are unsure when his return date is, but once we get it here at High Spots Podcast, we'll let you guys know and fill you in on what's going on here with Ghost and everything in the realm of him. Now, let's dig in to the Road to All-Star Mania. Now, the road starts with Jackpot. We have a lot of people. We have a lot of people in the battle royal, and there's a lot of favorites. One of them being the Mad King, the Enforcer, Exodus Jones, and Brian Mace. Excuse me. There's a lot of men that are in this battle royal, and like I said, I just named the favorites to win this battle royal. And speaking of Enforcer, I have a lot to say around him, and a lot to say between him and Mental Giant. There's a lot going on between them two. I'll dig deeper into that as we go down the card of what Jackpot will be. For now, let's focus on let me pull my back up here. For now, let's focus on what the Mad King and Tommy Omega did at the Go Home show at Warpath. Now let's speak on Warpath for a second. Warpath was a 3-match card, which contained Tommy Omega and the Mad King, the Sergeant Saint, Exodus Jones, and I believe it was Mental Giant or Scorpio and the Enforcer. Now let's dig in deep into the show opener, which was the Mad King and Tommy Omega. The match started good. Match came out hot. Started hot. As we've seen before, these two men have battled out before. I'm sure that Tommy Omega was unfamiliar with what the Mad King had in store for him, but it was a lot of amazing spots, a lot of amazing athletic moves in this match. Tommy Omega at one point went for a famouser, got King Angel or King the Mad King up for a arm wrench, and then went for a nice DDT, went for the cover, kick out at 2, Dave. Soon later, the Mad King was up to his feet. Tommy Omega, up his feet in the hands of Tommy Omega, sent outside the ring. Somehow tries to land on his feet, but fails. Seems as though Tommy Omega was setting up for some sort of dive, maybe a tope suicida of some sorts, and he was successful. Goes on into the match. The Mad King somehow gets the upper hand over Tommy Omega, sending him back into the ring. Tommy Omega landing on his back. The Mad King going up to that, tried to go for a diving stomp, but missed and nipped Tommy Omega there. there wasn't enough to, well, it was enough to keep him down, but the team didn't get all of it there. Goes for the corner, maybe trying to go for some sort of super kick or feet knock. Taunts it, but denies it there. Going to the opposite corner and grabbing Stella. And the ref telling him that he can't use that. And the ref, Tommy Omega attacks the ref and then turns his attention to the Mad King and they exchange blows. And they're just going at it. Send devastating shot. And Tommy Omega was on the outside of the ring and grabbed Stella for a gut shot there. A phenomenal gut shot there. And right to the back. And later on in the match, somehow, this phenomenal sequence as I'm reviewing the tape here. Tommy Omega has a very nice armbar in. Angel rolls him up for a 2 count. Tommy backed up to his feet, kick to the gut. Now Tommy just trying to catch his breath here, a little winded in the match. Oh, nice uppercut there, staggers the Mad King. Oh, and a nice clothesline, taking him down, taking Tommy Omega down, drop him straight on his back, and as you can see, or as I can see, Tommy Omega went for a chip up, and a nice super kick right on the jaw, sending King Aaron to his feet, or King Aaron to his knees, and then down to his back. And somehow later in the match, Tommy Omega goes for a Bad Boys Karma and gets the W. After, in my opinion, a nice 4.5-star match, as we go on to the next match, which was Enforcer and Scorpio. A very, very short match. Enforcer made quick work of Scorpio, taking him down multiple times. Scorpio was hot, came up behind him, hot, giving him nice shots to the gut, to the face, and somehow Enforcer just pushes him off and takes a gut shot there, and then reverses and uses his power and his dominance and tried to go for a power slam against the wall, and then just tossed him to the side and making quick work of Scorpio. This match was very quick, very simple. Scorpio did try to hold his own with devastating shots to the mouth, the gut, and the jaw, till being stopped in his tracks with a phenomenal clothesline by the Enforcer, picking him up for a nail in the coffin and getting a 3 count. To me, that was that displayed Enforcer's dominance, and maybe we'll see a lot more of that in Jackpot that will be uploaded to YouTube on the ASW Philly page very, very soon. And the last match, the main event of the show, was Exodus Jones and the Soldier. My opinion on the Soldier and the new look of Saint, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I like it. It's very, very new, very fresh, and it seems as though it's working for Saint. He's picking up win after win over phenomenal competitors and vets in the business, like Exodus Jones. Speaking of Exodus Jones, it seems as though Exodus Jones has been on a roll since returning to ASW Philly. The last time we seen him before making his return was at All-Star Mania against Tommy Omega for the World Heavyweight title, where he took a devastating loss as he left his gloves in the ring, but the gloves made a phenomenal return and has been on a rampage ever since. And you only can wonder if Saint stopped him in his tracks at the Go Home show of Warpath. And as I just confirmed, Saint did get the win over Exodus Jones in phenomenal fashion, may I add. After the match, Exodus Jones clapped his heart out as Saint walked off into the distance, and Exodus Jones seemed a little stunned, and I'm not sure if Exodus Jones feels like he lost momentum going into Jackpot, or if he lost any sort of momentum as a whole in general, and if he can try and get his hands back on the World Heavyweight title. I'm not too sure if he can. I'm not too sure if he feels like he can capture that World Heavyweight title again, but there's a lot to look forward to in Jackpot. There's a lot to look forward to in Jackpot, such as Just the phenomenal card of matches. I'm not too sure, and I'm not aware of what the card looks like, but all I'm aware of right now is the Battle Royal and some of the men that are going to be in. In my opinion, the Go Home Show was phenomenal, and everything about the Go Home Show was great. Phenomenal contenders, displaying their athleticism and their strength, etc., and building momentum as they go on into Jackpot. Now we're going to move on here and talk about. Let me get my notes again here. I'm sorry, I'm so unprepared, so unprepared. But we're going to move on again here into what happened before that, just so you can get a clear idea and a clear view of what we're looking forward to in said event, which is Jackpot. And for those that aren't aware, and for those that don't know, July 4th is Jackpot, or not Jackpot. What's her name? What's her name? The 10-year anniversary. So you don't want to miss that. We're celebrating our 10 years in ASW Philly, and it's going to be a phenomenal event. You might see old faces. You might see new faces. You might see faces that you've never seen before. You might see some faces that you're very, very familiar with. So you make sure you come on down to ASW Philly, the Ridge, to make sure that you do not miss this historic event. Now let's bring it back to Fallout Season 10 episode. Just so you can get a clear view of what's going on here. Just so you can clear view. Before we get to that, though, let's get to this sit-down between Thor and Ray Lewis. Now, I didn't put this on the list when I sent my post out on Facebook. I didn't put this on the list. But I did have this on my mind because I saw it, and I was just shocked with what Ray freaking Lewis, what he had to say to and about Thor, our world heavyweight champion. He had a lot to say. He had a lot of words to express himself with. He believes that he's going to become world heavyweight champion in phenomenal fashion, as a lot of men here in ASW Philly do, or think they do, Ray Lewis early in the sit down cut off Lady GM, saying that cut off our new interviewer Nikki Starr, saying that he needs his name pronounced correctly, as she reintroduced him as Ray freaking Lewis. And as she introduced Ray Lewis turned his attention to Thor, as Thor never took his eyes off Ray Lewis since this sit-down started. Now, Ray Lewis goes on in the podcast, or in the sit-down, speaking on what he believes this company should present as a world champion. For example, saying that he believes that he needs ASW needs to present Ray Lewis as a champion, as he's been champion in multiple companies, other companies that I'm not going to name on this podcast. And he goes on to say that Thor is a bitch, basically. And Thor gives his 2 cents on Ray Lewis, saying that he can't hang with the legend that is Thor, saying that he can't amount to what he is, our world heavyweight champion, saying that he just blabbing off at the mouth, and he can't wait to chin check Ray Lewis. And this isn't the first time that these two men came face to face and exchanged words, but this is the first time these two men have not laid a finger on each other since they seen each other. Now, the first time, and I believe the last time they seen each other was at New Beginnings, and at New Beginnings it was one hell of a sighting. As these two men exchanged words, and the world heavyweight champion, fresh world heavyweight champion, didn't take too kindly to that, as Ray Lewis lost a few teeth, to say the least. And it was a lot of men, everybody backstage came out to separate the two. They came out to protect Ray Lewis, if you will. They came out to try to help get these two men apart from each other. And before Thor faced Amazing Ant, and that's a whole story in itself. And it's more than what we think between these two men. I think it's just deeper than the world heavyweight title because these words, you can tell that these words carry a lot of power. And seeing that Ray Lewis has a reputation of his own, along with Thor, he has a reputation within the rim, within the outer box, if you will, of ASW Philly. He has a reputation for known for knocking people's teeth down their throat. So that's going to be one hell of a sighting. I can't wait to see what transpired in that match. I can't wait to see what will happen in that match. It's phenomenal. But now let's get on to All Out, episode 2 of season 10. Mike King, he opened the show with a lot to say. A lot to say. Didn't come out in his gear. I'm unaware if he had a match. This is my first time looking at this event. Unfortunately, it's my first time looking at this event, but I'm aware that we got to speak to Sergeant Saint. We got an opportunity to see Exodus Jones once again. He said his 2 cents, and I believe he faced Bohemian. Now, Bohemian is also fresh here at ASW Philly. He made his debut, I believe it was at Movie Gamers, was it? Or was it the show at? I believe it was Retaliation. He made his debut in the Battle Royal. Unfortunately, not winning, Nasir Crockett winning that, but in this match, there was a lot of back and forth action, too hard here. And at one point in the match, Exodus Jones gave him a nice jab to the mouth, and Bohemian's glasses fell off. I don't know why he came to the ring with glasses on, or at least wore glasses in the ring, but at one point, taking stomps and punches and jabs to the mouth, gut, and body, and then standing up afterwards and just using his power and aggression to take down Exodus Jones and tossing him into the ring before tossing him to the corner before giving him chops and then an Irish whip into a shoulder tackle that took down Exodus Jones extremely fast. Took him down so fast, and you can see those shiny boots, those all black shiny boots. Now going to work on Exodus Jones. Bohemian has just shown his power and his dedication to be one of the top dominant guys here. And if he showed up or showed his face a little more, if he showed his power a little more, showed his true colors in the ring just a little bit more, I think he could hang with some of the best guys here at ASW Philly. And I believe at the end of this match there was a confrontation between Exodus Jones and the World Heavyweight Champion. But before we get to that, this match, I believe, ended in a no contest, I believe. I think that match ended in a no contest of some sort before the World Heavyweight Champion Thor came out and exchanged a few words with the World Heavyweight Champion. He exchanged a few words with Exodus Jones. And I believe at this time, and at this time, and at this point in time, it was, I believe Exodus Jones had plans to face the World Heavyweight Champion one-on-one. I don't think that he was aware that 2 other men would be put in this, or another man within Brian Ace would be thrown into this matchup. I don't think that he was aware at the time, but if he didn't know, well, now he knew. No, now he knows. Excuse me. But before we move on to our guest, I have one more show to review for you guys, and that is Knights of Extreme. Now, this is the show that Ghost did not attend because of his knee injury, which is very, very unfortunate because I would have loved to see him and Supernatural go one-on-one. That would have been a very, very new sighting, a very fresh sighting to see. And in this show, this was a very, very, very hard-hitting show. a very shocking show, to say the least. This was new to see from our company within ASW. It was very new. I believe the first match was Nasir Crockett and Scorpio, as Scorpio attempted to capture his OMG fighting title, and he was one of if not the most dominant OMG fighting champion in this era. At one point, putting in a beast bite onto Nasir Crockett, locking it in tight, and somehow Nasir Crockett gets out and just gives him a devastating leg drop to the torso, and that's something I've never seen before. A leg drop to the torso before Scorpio picks him up, puts him on his shoulder, reverses. Somehow Nasir Crockett tries to get away, Irish whip, ducks the clothesline, Nasir Crockett does, and hits him with a nice sling blade before going for the cover. And Scorpio kicking out at 2 there. And this match went all around. This match went places I didn't even know existed in the arena. They went to the back of the arena. They went to the front of the side of it. There's one point where they even left the arena. And this was one hell of a fight. This is one hell of a fight. I don't even know if you want to call this a fight. This was damn sure a war. This was a war. Before Nasir Crockett retained with, I believe it was, what move did he use? What move did he use to retain? We're going to see. We're going to see what move he used to retain. He retained in phenomenal fashion before hitting a Olympic slam in getting the 3 count, retaining Nasir Crockett, showing his strength and dominance. Now proving after beating one of the most dominant OMG fighting champions in modern history, proving that he can hang with the best of them. Making a jump from SCW to ASW, proving that he is championship worthy, championship material. And he proved that by beating Scorpio. In a very nice match, I should say. After that, we seen Brian Ace come out and talk some trash before Exodus Jones came out and interrupted the man. And I believe Warrior came out and exchanged a couple of words with those 2 men before I believe the World Heavyweight Champion, the World Champ, come out. No, he did not. He did not come out in this show. But these 3 men, he did. Before the World Heavyweight Champion Thor exchanged words with all 3 of these men and leaving his mark as he leaves and before leaving, attacking Exodus Jones, which was a very, very smart move, sending a message to all 3 of those men and making an example out of Exodus Jones. And that's what Thor is known for doing here at ASW Philly. And we want to wrap this up a little bit here. Next match, I believe it was Sergeant Saint versus Tommy Omega. Now, Tommy Omega, it made his return at New Beginnings. And he's had a message to send. He has a message to send to the World Heavyweight Champion as of late, or since he's came back. And he's tried to make that message very, very clear to the World Champ before Sergeant Saint got into the mix and tried to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. And I believe that Tommy Omega felt like the Sergeant Saint was a threat to him, so he picked a battle that he finished. He picked a battle that he sort of finished, and I'm not sure if his odds are set on the World Heavyweight Championship again. I don't know if he can even stand. I don't even know if he could stand after this match. But it was one hell of a match before Sergeant Saint picked up another victory. And Sergeant Saint has been on a roll since he's became sergeant and changed his whole look of things. He's been on a roll, and I've just been in shock with what I've been seeing from this man. I've just been such in shock. But after that, played a triple threat for the ASW Philly title: Gangster Rex, Mad King, and Jeff A. Steele. ladies and gentlemen, my honest opinion, I don't know how to feel about these. I was just after seeing the outcome of this match the first time, I was just such in shock. I didn't know what to say. I was in love with what I saw. I was in love with the match. I was in love with everything about it. I was just such in shock. At one point in time, the Mad King was busted open. I'm not sure from what shot it was, but he definitely was busted open with something vicious. And at some point, both men, 2x4s, or Gangster Rex and the Mad King had 2x4s, and or Mad the King. Not excuse me. I'm deeply sorry. The Mad King had a sledgehammer, and Gangster Rex had a 2x4. And at one point, King Angel had the X down and just went after the leg with the sledgehammer, went after everything. And Jeff A still tried to come in and thought twice before coming in and was taken out with a sledgehammer. And Jeff A still, of course, making somewhat of a jump, deciding to sign a deal with ASW Philly for a season, which was very smart on his behalf. I think that was a very, very smart decision on his behalf to sign a seasonal deal with ASW Philly. And at one point, at one point, the Mad King tried to go for a double arm hook DDT before it being reversed, and he was slammed onto, or body slammed onto a television by Gangster Rex and Jeff A. Steele, who was dominated majority of this match, tried to come in and ran into a kick to the gut before getting hit with said TV. At one point, the Mad King, or excuse me, at one point, Gangster Rex grabbed a sledgehammer and delivered a devastating shot to Jeff A. Steele before trying to go for X marks the spot. Changing his mind, going for a suplex, then a German suplex, going for what I believe was a T-bone suplex before going for the cover, and Jeff A. still kicking out at 2. And at some point, the Mad King brought in a table. He brought a table into the mix, set it up in the corner, and he went through that same table brought to you by Gangster Rex in phenomenal fashion. Just tossed them like a rag doll and just gone to that table. And he was in that table for a few minutes. He was in that table for a few minutes before getting his bearings back together. And Jeff A. still getting him up time, except for maybe a Jeff A. bomb, and then getting hit with a low blow before taking a suplex onto a ladder. Then the Mad King Gangster Rex picked up 2 sticks and just used the Mad King as a stress bag, just hitting him, picking his body apart, just hitting him back to back to back to back to back before going for a big swing. And somehow the Mad King gets out of that big swing in an amazing way and hits a black mass there. It hits a black mass and then knocks Gangster Rex out with his shoe before Jeff A. still interrupted that and hit a devastating big boot before targeting Gangster Rex. And at the end of this match, I believe Gangster Rex walked out on top, still ASW Philly World Heavyweight Champion. On with the Fatal 4-Way, as it was Exodus Jones, World Heavyweight Champion Thor, Brian Ace, and Boy. And now this was all around a phenomenal match. It was men just using everything and anything that they could to get the win before Thor somehow getting the win and walking out and proving why he is one of the most dominant ASW Philly World Heavyweight Champions in history today. It is a thunder and lightning on the man he attacked earlier that night, Exodus Jones, before getting the 3 count, and just a phenomenal reaction. Everybody's loving the fact that the world heavyweight champion is Thor. And the show ended, and it was phenomenal. It was an amazing show. So what ASW Philly could really do in a situation like that. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you all know what time it is. You all know what time it is. Time to bring our guest on. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring my guest. She is the general manager of ASW Philly. Boss lady, Miss Yvette. How are you doing today, man?
I'll be fine once you get my position right, Mr. Harry Borders.
I'm sorry, did I mess up your position?
I don't know where you've been at, but I've been CEO for quite a while now.
I'm sorry. I've been on a hiatus, a very nice vacation here up at the Bahamas. Excuse me. Let me reintroduce Lady CEO, rather, Miss Yvette. How are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. Gotta get to this paper every day, every night.
All right. Now I have a couple of questions for you. One being about Supernatural. Teehee.
This dude.
Now, I know you hate Supernatural, and as I've been seeing the things unfold as of late, you tried to vacate or strip him of the international championship, and he took that back. I didn't know that he was able to do that. He took his international championship back and said that he was still was still international champion. If somebody wanted it, they would have to take it from him. And you said something after that, getting in his face, raising your glass and saying something after that. And would you like to enlighten me on what you say?
Well, one thing, everybody knows that I'm about that banning life. Hopefully t-shirts will be coming out for that soon, make money off of that. He is irking. He is an irking entity. He's like one of those little fleas on a dog. You know, you get the medicine, you try to, give the dog the flea medicine, and it just won't come off. I can't get rid of him for shit. Excuse my language, but I had to let that out.
That's all right. I see what you mean. He's a little a thorn in your behind, if you will. I have a couple of questions for as you said, you saw that we saw that you banned him from multiple shows. I was just wondering on what's your deal with Supernatural. Are you willing to put this little beef that you have with him, or this feud, if you will, with him aside for the 10-year anniversary?
See, the problem with that is, when it comes to Supernatural, I'm always willing to do what's best for business, because if it makes money, it makes sense. Okay, let's get that clear.
All right.
My problem with him is he think that we can't make it without him. Like, when I banned him and he called himself coming back, he's just bored, okay? He knows that we don't need him. We're not going to need him anytime soon. And he's just irrelevant. I don't know why he think that he just runs everything. Like, I'm the boss for a reason. I can steal this company from him as much as I want. And if I had to do it all over again, I would. Because of me, this company can be better. Okay? He's not needed. He's just bored. He has nothing to do with his life.
And I'm glad you said that. And as we all know here, it's all about the quote-unquote Benjamins. But I do have a question. As for the past 10 years, he has, brought in all of the quote-unquote Benjamins, if you will. So how can you ban a superstar that's one of the most not only popular, but the number one ranked the number one.
Hold up. First of all. See, here's the problem. Everybody want to boast up supernatural this, supernatural that. What about the other champions that we have that I'm responsible for? Okay, he can't shine without them, and vice versa. But since it's been 10 years, and I've been doing the most, let's put this into perspective. Granted, I haven't been around for 10 years. But since I've been here, we've had, so far latest, 2 good behind All-Star Manias back to back. Made moolah off of that. More than he's had, okay? I did my calculations. I look into the account books and everything. The past financial history, all that, okay?
Okay, all right.
So you can only do but so much in 10 years. But since I've been here, it's been more than what he's done. Okay?
Hey, that may be true, but you can't deny the facts here. The facts here is that he is not only a 9-time World Heavyweight Champion, but he's also 9-0 at All-Star Mania. And that in itself brings in the Benjamins, if you will. So I like I said, he's big on with the selling his T-shirts and all of the merch. He sold out multiple times, so he's bringing in the Benjamins. And you are correct. You are correct. Since you've been here, we've had 2 All-Star Manias back to back, better than anything that he's been in. But the reason that they were up there, you can't deny, is that he was part of it. Because if he was not part of neither one of those All-Star Manias, it wouldn't be as big. It wouldn't have been as big as it would have been.
You're
so
right.
My question here for you is, how could you do such a thing to Supernatural? Like he's been a big part of ASW. He embodies what a phenomenal superstar should be. So I believe that you shouldn't ban a superstar as his skill set and what he can bring to the table, because it's killing a lot of ends, if you will, to bring in this Benjamin. So again, bringing it back to my question is, what would you be willing to do to lay all of this out, to figure all of this out, to end what you two have, to bring in more bench?
Well, first things first, he has to meet me halfway. He wants to promote campaign, hashtag be humble this, be humble that, no Kendra Lamar, none of that. But he's not humble himself when it comes to dealing with me. My thing is, long story short, you can't bring no horse to the water if it ain't thirsty, baby.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm just saying, you can't get flies with vinegar. You got to put the honey and the sugar in the, put the sugar in the sweet tea. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, so my question is, as we all know, 10-year anniversary of ASW is coming, and it's coming pretty fast. So I got a couple of questions for you. Can you spill just a tad bit of tea, or at least add a little bit of sugar to my tea, on who's going to be there at the 10-year anniversary? Will we see new faces? Will Devastation come back? Who's going to come back?
See, you would have to stay tuned for that. You would have to continue to follow up on us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any platform of social media. But I will say this, Harry Waters, Mr. Harry Waters. This match card, I'm not even ready for. I'm scared. The OGs is OGs for a reason. A decade of phenomenal work, hard work at that, blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to be hella crazy. It's going to be hot, too.
So are you confirming that some of the OGs, or if not all of the OGs, are coming back at the 10-year anniversary?
I'm gonna leave a teaser on that. You just have, anybody that's listening, you just have to stay tuned on Instagram. You'll see.
That's fair. And if you're not following ASW Philly on Instagram, make sure you follow at ASW Philly. It's exactly how it is. But I got a couple of questions for you. As we all know, we have a new event, or I'm not sure if any of you are aware, at Mania's Revenge. But before that, All Star Mania. Let's get back to Supernatural. Supernatural, obviously, has his streak alive and well at All Star Mania. Who do you have for him to face? Are you planning on getting that streak broken? Or do you want that streak broken by one of the top guys here at ASW Philly? Or do you want that streak alive and well and bringing in the big bucks? What is it going to be? What do you think you should do?
I don't know. It depends. You know, that decision has to be made based on if I'm having a good day or not. If I'm not, he's in trouble. To be honest.
And all right. I have a couple of questions. At All Star Mania, we've had two phenomenal All Star Manias back to back to back to back to back, and in both All Star Manias, we've had returns. The All Star Mania of 2009 to 2018, it was Ghost. Before that, I forget who it was, but it was a phenomenal superstar. This year, who's going to come back?
Who's gonna come back for
All Star Mania?
You have to wait to find out. You have to stay tuned for that as well.
All right. But once again, bringing it back to Supernatural, we know that he's going to be in. I'm sure that people know that he's going to be in Jackpot Battle Royale. Do you think that he's a big money source as far as ASW goes? Because we all know that we're all about the Benjamins here at ASW.
You know what? I'm so tired of hearing his name. It's giving me a headache. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. This fool, this booty lunch meat of a wrestler, okay? We made it so far without him when I banned him, and we can still make it without him and still get that money in, okay? I don't like him. Never did, never will. It would have to take a really good day, a shooting fucking star, for me to even want to deal with him for business, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, there's other sources. Let's talk about the sit down that you were in along with Ray Lewis and Thor. I wanted to get on that with you, so I'm glad you're here. What is your opinion on that? Like, do you think that Ray Lewis is a big money source? Do you think it would be good for business if he became World Heavyweight Champion? Is that why you're giving him this opportunity?
The reason why I gave that dude a whole opportunity was because, as I said before at the sit down, I still can't take him seriously. And even after the fight, I can't take him seriously. You know, I'm not going to lie. He gained at least about 5% of my respect. But he wasn't ready for Thor. And we can tell in his match, if you go back and watch it, he wasn't ready. He was trying to cover up his fear at the sit down at the table, and even while in the match. I seen it myself. I could tell. You can see it in his eyes. Okay?
Okay. So is it you want Thor to make an example out of him for
Hell
any
yeah.
ASW summers in the future?
Hell yeah.
Okay. So speaking of money sources, we all know that a world champion, any world champion for that matter, knows that there are big money sources here in ASW Philly. So Thor, not tried and not new to the world championship division and the world championship in itself, do you think that it would be a big punch to the pockets of ASW Philly if he ever lost that world title?
Now you got me thinking, Mr. Harry Waters. Now you got me thinking. That's a good question. to be honest, I would have to check back in the books on that and check back with my financial advisors on that.
Okay, okay, because I can tell you for myself that Thor has brought in a lot of money all the times that he's been world champion, along with Enforcer and Supernatural himself. All three men have brought in the big bucks here at ASW Field. So I think that if Thor ever lost that world title, I think it would be a big puncher to the pockets of ASW Philly. But it's the person who beats him that might bring in even more money than Thor ever could. But my question to you, is it all about the Benjamins here at ASW Philly? Is it about the money? Is it about the fans, the passion for this business, or is it just about the money?
How can I put it? If it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be making the money. So it would have to be about the fans. It is about the passion, and it is about the 10-year mark, and looking forward past that and counting.
All right. I think otherwise, okay? I think otherwise. Since this call started, since this conversation with you and I has started, we've been talking all about the quote-unquote Benjamins here. So I think it's I don't think it's about the fans. I think we're just using the fans. I think we're just using your superstars to bring your pocket swole here at ASW Philly. And I don't think I'm wrong for saying this. I don't think I'm incorrect.
Ho. Water Harry. Water Harry. Knock it off. Because first of all, I didn't ask what you think. You're not CEO of this company. I am. Okay?
All right. I can respect that.
And the money has to come from somewhere, boo-boo. And what I'm doing with the money is to make the company better than what Supernatural has ever done for this company. Okay? Don't you ever question my financial ability.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but all I'm saying is it would be a small...
No. See, you question my ability to run business, okay? You'll question my intentions, my ulterior motives, and I don't appreciate that. Next time you do that, I will shut your podcast down. Do you understand me?
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. But I'm sorry. I'm just giving you my...
Yeah, you need to back up. Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking a few steps back. Take a few steps back.
Yeah, take 20.
All right, yeah. Let me give you this last question.
Yeah, hurry up, because now you making me mad. You up there with Supernatural of making me mad right now.
You said it wasn't about the Benjamins, it was about the fans, it was about the passion, but I came in with a very, very intelligent rebuttal as you cut me off, and that's fine. That's fine. I have no word to say in that, but I just don't think it's a smart business move or a smart move in general.
See, there you go again, Water Harrys. There you go again.
Benjamins. It just makes no sense to me. But I'm sorry. I'm going to bring it back down.
Listen, your opinion doesn't matter if you're not going to help me run this company to make the money that we need. Okay?
All right. You got that. All right, then. Last question. Will we see any dream matches this season? Because we all know that one of the top dream matches in ASW is Brian Ace versus Ghost, etc. So will we see any dream matches this season?
I'll think about it while I sit on my pretty little throne. How about that?
Yeah, your pretty little throne full of money, because that's all you're worried about, right? You don't care about the fans. You just care about the money, the moolah.
I said back off. You are 5 minutes away from me making a decision of canceling your podcast. Would you like me to do that?
No, I'm just...
Yeah, because you get paid from off of that, too. Boo-boo. Okay?
I'm sorry, I'm just giving my opinion. I know you take, 90% of my check when it comes to this podcast. No, I'm sorry, I'm just... All right, let me
whatever. You don't have the receipts to prove it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to back up.
Yeah, And for a person running a podcast, you sure are getting off topic for the questions that you needed me to answer. Okay?
All right. You're right. I'm sorry.
I thought it wasn't supposed to be about the money. You have such a problem with me talking about it being about the money. You should be answering questions about Ghost's future career, him tearing his ACL and whatnot.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And I'm sure everybody's devastated about that.
Now I'm right. Yeah. Next.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Next. No Ariana Grande. Thank you. Next.
I'm sorry. Speaking of those, we all know that he was one of the top money makers, one of the top, as far as money goes. He brought in the big bucks. He filled out multiple rings. So what's next with him? We know he has 6 months on the clock for him. Do you know when you'll let him come back before? What will be the right time? Do you know?
It's not. It's not about it being the right time. It's about how he's taking care of himself and going to physical therapy for his ACL. Okay?
All right. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Because I'm sure, just like you, with the back of injury. But thank you for joining me on High Spots Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy that you guys were so willing to bring me back through your phones, through your screens, your television sets, and any devices you are listening with from. Miss Yvette, CEO, Miss Boss Lady, I am extremely happy that you joined me on this podcast today. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad that everybody joined me here tonight. I will see you when Jackpot ends. Have a good night, everybody.